Hi guys, in today's video we are going to be addressing the Battle for Neighborville rumours that the near finished Iceberg Lettuce character might finally be coming to the game. I've had a number of comments from you guys on some of my videos, so I thought I would address the rumours to resolve any confusion. So just a quick recap for anyone who doesn't know the background behind this character. Basically in May the files for a new character called the Ice Plant, which players quickly started calling Iceberg Lettuce, were found in the game. This quickly led to some leaked images and gameplay of the character. From what we saw, it was clear that this ice plant was very close to completion. The models and textures were there, abilities and weapons worked, all that was missing was some additional animations, sound effects and overall polishing. Also at this time in Battle for Neighborville's life cycle, we hadn't had a new character since February, so it seemed like we would be seeing another one pretty soon. As well as this, there were additional leaks of other characters in the works such as Toxic Zombie and Mini Garg, but despite all this, the character wasn't released. So let's get on to why the rumours about Iceberg Lettuce have resurfaced. Now, the first thing I can think of that led to these rumours is potentially what I said in my initial Iceberg Lettuce video. In terms of a release date, it is predicted to be either September, October or November. Now, of course, we're in December, but I guess if they were to release an ice character, doing it around Christmas kind of makes sense. Now, to clear this up, we have to remember that when my first Iceberg Lettuce video was made, we didn't know the Battle for Neighborville's final content update would be in September, which of course made the October, November, December prediction highly unlikely. Speaking of the final update, I think this is probably our strongest piece of evidence that confirms Iceberg Lettuce will not be coming to the game. As you should all know, in September a blog was posted on the Battle for Neighborville website stating that the game will no longer be receiving content updates. So this told me that Iceberg Lettuce wasn't coming despite being 90% ready for release. Now, of course, the counter argument to this is that when Garden Warfare 2 had an announcement it was getting no more content updates, it did actually go on to have a number of them. However, there is a big difference between this and with Battle for Neighborville, as you have to remember Garden Warfare 2 was insanely popular and still is to this very day, and from the developer's point of view it made sense for them to add some more content as the game was clearly still making money and the community was really enjoying it. Plus, on the run up to BFN's release date it created some additional hype. Unfortunately, the opposite can be said about BFN. As a business, I don't think it would make sense for them to release any more content. The interest isn't there, and the game as a whole wasn't received very well by most of the community. But I think, like most people, I find it weird for them to have not released the character when it was so close to being finished. The next thing to discuss was a Reddit post by I'm a Space Raider that was posted late last month, where they had spotted that in private play there is a space on the plant's team selection screen that could potentially be for Iceberg Lettuce. However, they stated that they were unsure if the space had always been there or if the plant team was centered before. So I decided to go back and check on my first private play livestream in July, and as you can see the space was there, but at that point in time we didn't have Wildflower, so the space was for Wildflower. But even though we now have Wildflower, there is still a space. However, I think this is just easily explained as something they did for aesthetic purposes. Because the zombies have one more character than the plant, it just makes visual sense for them to have lined them up like that, but they could have just stopped the line here and it would have looked fine. So I guess this is potentially for another character, but we have no other evidence to back this up, unfortunately. The third thing for me to discuss is the few videos that have sprung up on YouTube over the last month claiming that Iceberg Lettuce might be returning. However, after watching them, the evidence shown in those videos were very weak in my opinion. The one thing these videos did pick up on was about EA games coming to the Xbox Game Pass for PC. Yes, it's already available on Xbox, but when it comes to PC, it may mean the Battle for Neighborville will finally have crossplay between PC and Xbox. This has not been officially confirmed anywhere at the moment, so don't get too excited as it might not happen. The final thing to mention, I guess, is that we're already 2/3 of the way through December and haven't heard anything from EA or PopCap about Iceberg Lettuce being added to BFN. Overall, I have to say I'm 99% sure Iceberg Lettuce is not coming to the game. I don't think it makes sense from a business point of view. We haven't had any official statements from the developers, and any apparent evidence people have found is wafer thin and doesn't really match up to any scrutiny. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love this character to be added. The leaked gameplay we saw was really awesome and the Iceberg had some really cool abilities, but the chance of it happening is super unlikely in my opinion. I've said 99% as we do have that private play extra slot that I guess allows room for speculation, but again I doubt it. It also means that I've covered my back if by some miracle I am proven wrong. Anyway guys, that's about it. If you did enjoy this video, please consider dropping a like and hitting that subscribe button. Also, if you do want to help support this channel even further, feel free to check out my Patreon page. The link is in the description. But other than that, I shall see you in the next one. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.